There are moments in life when the world we know crumbles before our eyes. A single event, a betrayal, a disaster, a loss can shatter the sense of stability we once took for granted. The ground beneath us, once firm and reliable, suddenly feels like shifting sand. In these moments, we do not see the world as we once did. Instead, we are thrown into an abyss of uncertainty where the familiar disappears and something ancient and overwhelming emerges. History provides countless examples: the fall of the Twin Towers, the collapse of economies, the eruption of war. Each event disrupts the structure we assumed were permanent. In such moments, we are not merely witnessing destruction, we are experiencing a shift in reality itself. What was once predictable turns into chaos. It is as if the world has been built on a fragile foundation, one that, once disturbed, reveals the deep abyss beneath. But what is chaos? It is not merely disorder. It is the unknown, the vast, undefined space beyond our understanding. It is a storm that arrives unannounced, the force that pulls us into unfamiliar territory. Chaos is not just an external reality, it is something we encounter within ourselves. When everything you relied upon disappears, you are forced to confront the truth about your own vulnerability, your own limitations. In such moments, your initial response is instinctive. Your body reacts before your mind can make sense of what is happening. You freeze, unsure whether to fight, flee, or surrender. Your heart pounds, adrenaline floods your system, and your perception narrows. You feel exposed, small, powerless. But this reaction, though terrifying, is not your end. It is your beginning. Chaos presents an opportunity, though one wrapped in pain and uncertainty. It strips away illusion and forces us to see reality as it truly is. In this confrontation, you learn something invaluable. What you thought was stable was always temporary. The structures you relied on, whether relationships, jobs, or belief systems, were never as unshakable as you assumed. And yet, from this collapse, a new path emerges. This is where the individual is called to act. The question is not whether chaos will come. It will. The question is how you will respond. Will you allow yourself to be swallowed by fear and despair, or will you find the courage to rebuild? The practical lesson is clear. Stability is not found in the external world alone. It must be cultivated within. Strength is not the absence of crisis. It is the ability to stand when crisis arrives. To prepare for chaos, you must develop resilience, physically, emotionally, and mentally. You must train yourself to think clearly under pressure, to adapt when things fall apart, and to build lives that can withstand uncertainty. You do this by learning, by facing similar challenges willingly, so that when the greater storms arrive, you are not entirely unprepared. You strengthen your relationships, knowing they will be tested. You develop skills, understanding they will serve you when circumstances shift. When chaos arrives, it forces you to rebuild. Not just the world outside, but the world within. And from that reconstruction, you emerge, not weaker, but stronger, wiser, and more aware of the true nature of life.